My dear friends, today I am going to discuss the organic farming. So, what is organic farming? Organic farming means you are culturing your animal without using any chemicals. That is called organic farming. It is already introduced in agriculture, that is preferred by consumers, even though it is costly. The consumers are ready to pay that much of money because once you produce the agriculture products as well as aquaculture products through organic farming, it will not cause any disease to the consumer. So that is why they are ready to pay so much of money. So this is called organic farming. So in our present study, we have selected Lithopenes vanami. Why we selected Lithopenes vanami for our culture? Because the nutritional quality is good, the flash quality is good, and cooking time is very short, and so many other. It is having almost all the nutrients which are badly needed for the human beings, as well as it supply all sort of essential fatty acids, and it actually give you high protein and even fatty acids, omega fatty acids, so that there is no heart attack, and protein is high, and that is very good for the growth and development. So many positive things are there in Ditopenes vanami, so that we have selected Ditopenes vanami as a as for our culture, for our culture. So the scenery is, if we take the Indian scenario, so this Lithopenes vanami is not a local species. It is imported from the foreign countries. Whereas the Pinus monodon is our local species, but it was the, so once upon a time, if we see 1992 96, we reached almost peak in Pinus monodon culture. But after that, the industry was suffered by pollution as well as disease problem, so that the farmers shifted to new species. They are looking forward to the alternative species. So this Lithopenes vanami is cultured throughout the country, not only no, not throughout the world, with success. So that the farmers approached government uh, in order to continue the culture, because most of the farmers are agriculture, even agriculture farmers are ready to go for aquaculture, because comparatively speaking, aquaculture giving so much profit. So this is gone, monodon gone for a disease, so that they are looking forward alternative species. For alternative species is nothing but Lithopenes panavi. So all the farmers approached government, and so many agreements, government as well as private agencies, that was finally um, decided to import this specific pathogen brooders from the foreign countries. It was directly went to Rajiv Gandhi Center for Aquaculture, Chennai, and quarantine. After 7 days quarantine, it was distributed to the legally registered hatchery farmers, where larval rearing was there, and it reached to post larval stages, especially 10 to the PL 10, that is selling to the farmers. So that is the condition. So coming to our culture, we have selected one pond that is 5.7 hectare near Vellaruchari. The Vellaruchari is situated near Bay of Bengal. From the pond, near to pond to that Bay of Bengal is only 500 meter, and in extreme left, this Vellaruchari receiving fresh water, right? So the water is very nice, because fresh water is coming from the sea, as well as the even fresh water is coming from, it is mixed together, and mixed water is actually used for the culture. It is very nice for the culture. Then we selected the pond, and the pond preparation is over by using a common method. And for that pond preparation also we have not used any chemicals. Then we have checked the pH, and finally the water was filled to the pond from the water source, right? Then after that you have to put in conventional farming, they put what you call they put um, this organic and inorganic fertilizers. For our you take it from me, our case we have used only the organic fertilizers, that is fermentation. We prepare a fermentation material, that is it was prepared in the farm site itself. See that we have used locally available ingredients like sugar 30 kg, and rice bran 30 kg, and wheat bran 20 kg, and maida 20 kg, and curd from milk, isn't it? 2 to 4 liters, and finally yeast 250 gram. So this fermentation material is used for pond preparation. After pond preparation, for the growth of phytoplankton, and it is used it just like probiotics. Most of the probiotics are various brands are available, isn't it? That is gut probiotics, and it will suppose if you add probiotics, commercially available probiotics, it maintain the water quality, especially in the bottom, right? So it is a beneficial bacteria. So likewise commercial bacteria, this we have prepared this beneficial bacteria in the farm site itself by using locally available low cost ingredients. That is the thing, isn't it? Comparatively speaking, commercial probiotics are costly, but we are using locally available materials that is less costly, and it is prepared in the farm site itself. Once we prepare, it will be used up to 15 days, and you have to prepare this freshly. So that is the thing we have used, and we have not used any chemicals starting from the soil preparation to harvest. That is the positive side of um, our farming activity. That is why it is called organic farming. And the seeds are actually obtained from nearby Vandar hatchery. That was before distributing seeds to us. It was tested PCR, right? Then only it was supplied, and we got this PCR negative seeds, and that was transported because it is not far away. Our farm and that Bandar hatchery is near to us, so the transport is not too much. So there is no transportation mortalities, and it is brought to the farm site, and it is introduced in evening hours by using students. In our college, there are BFSC students, MSc aquaculture students. We just the students, by using the student mass, we introduce this into the pond, especially in the evening hour. And total seeds we stocked is actually 3,000 seeds, and approximately 42 per square per meter square, 42 per meter square. Then every time in the morning, early morning, 6 a.m., we tested temperature, salinity, dissolved oxygen, and pH by using standard methods. Ammonia was also estimated, and um, even nutrients also tested from the sea waters, from the cultured water, as well as the water source. Right, that is the important things, and we have used pedal wheel aerators, 4 pedal wheel aerators, to provide oxygen throughout the day, especially in night time, so that we maintained the um, oxygen level, cardial oxygen level, and the temperature is we maintained 25 to 30 degrees C. It is said to be, according to the literature, the ideal temperature is 25 to 30. We maintained this. It was maintained from culture water as well as HORI, that is from the source water. Dissolved oxygen is more than 4, because we are using aerators that provide oxygen throughout the day and night. pH is 7.5 to 8.5 is ideal. So in this present experiment, we have maintained the pH of 7.6 to 8.3. It is coming under ideal pH. And salinity 2 to 28. Mostly we maintained above 20 to 28 in the culture pond. Every day we are not exchanging water. That is the beauty of our culture. We are not exchanging water for that, because some water is going as a sea base as well as evaporation, because the soil is sandy in nature. So some quantities either evaporated or going out by seepage. So in order to compensate this evaporation as well as seepage, every day we are pumped fresh seawater, especially during morning hours, high tide is morning high tide. We pumped the water because it is bringing not only fresh water as well as minerals. So usually in other conventional ponds, minerals are used as a supplement. But in our experiment, starting from stocking to harvest, we are not using minerals, because the fresh seawater, fresh water is bringing minerals. So that is also, so the budget is nice. Then ammonia, we always maintain below 1 ppm. In normal, all the shrimp pond, the advisable ammonia is below 1 ppm. So in our experiment, we have used only 0.25 to 1 ppm. It is below 1 ppm, as stated by many authors. Total hardness is 4,500 to 6,200 250. Both the seawater, for the source water as well as the culture pond. Then bicarbonate is 8 to 160, and total availability always um, 80 to 170, both pond as well as estuary water. Calcium level is varied between 45 to 360 milligram per liter, and magnesium ranging between 80 to 1416. Right, coming to the details. So we have initially the pond size is actually 0.7 hectare, and stocking density I stated 3 lakhs, and then the density per meter square is 42, and stocking date we have started on 6th of 6th, then October, and it was ended in 25th December. That is nearly 40 days. The culture period is totally 50 days, and average body weight is 10 to 15 gram. So growth is very fast when compared to conventional. Even some of the farms, through literature we have studied that even after 120 days culture, they got only 10 to 15 grams, right? But we have only 50 days culture, but the animal reached very fast growth rate, that is 10 to 15 gram. The average body length is 10 to 8 to 13.8, and above all, that survival percentage is 100. No mortality is reported. This is because two reasons. One is we have not used chemicals for any occasion, and the fermentation is used regularly. The fermentation product is used in the culture pond for three reasons. One is phytoplankton growth, and to keep the bottom clean, because it is a beneficial bacteria, right? Right. Then third one is this fermentation products also not only control this pollution as well as other things, isn't it? Pollution in the sense the excess fluid will be settled at the bottom. It will after decay it will produce so many things that will be sorted out by this fermentation product. And third one is in addition to other functions, this fermentation products also used as feed. The animals also feed. We witnessed Some of the animals are directly feeding because it is rich nutrients. Then see that we just compare our present studies to the previous studies. Those who are culturing in a conventional way, and our culture is organic way of culture. So organic way of culture is compared to the other cultures. The temperature is our 27 to 30 range. And Gunalan et al. Is actually he was my PhD scholar. He is a consultant also, shrimp culture consultant, especially Ethiopian tsunami. He had a rich knowledge about culture. He cultured this Lithopius tsunami in inorganic way, that is by using chemicals, conventional method. So we just compare him and also Bajra et al. And Isku Nair et al., Mira et al. That temperature is 27 to 30 for our experiment, and Gunal experiment 20 to 29, it is normal. Then dissolved oxygen 4 to 4.5, 4.1 to 4.5, and Gunalan 3.5 to 5.5, and Balanjara 3.5 to 5.3, and Isoku Nair Miro et al. More than 4 ppm. Then salinity, our salinity is 20 to 28 ppt, and Gunalan 30 to 35, and Ismunayar et al. 10 to 25. Then coming to the ammonia level, and we maintained 1 to 0.25 milligram per liter, and Gunalan 0.03, and that Isuknayar Mirol 0.1 and Cornus 4,500 to 6,620, and Bajra 19,090 to 12,100, and another one is 1,000, more than 1,000. Carbonate we got 10 to 20 milligram per liter, and bicarbonate 80 to 150 milligram per liter. Total alkalinity 80 to 150 ppm, and Bajra and 140 to 300. It is not on a organic way, it is conventional method. And calcium 220 to 30, 340 milligram per liter. Magnesium 923 to 1460. So these are the results we got from our experiment. Then coming to the average body length, weight, and survival of present study and previous studies. So average body weight of our experiment, that is organic way of farming, 10.8 to 13.8, whereas normal conventional method, they got 11.8, but culture period is more than the 50 days. We have cultured only for 50 days. Body weight 10 to 15 centimeter. So body weight is 10 to 15 gram for our experiment. That is 15 to 7 to 15. 15.7 for Bajra et al. In conventional method. Survival is 100%, and most of the other others reported 80 to 90 survival, but we got 100% survival. Maybe our experiment is only 100 days, but beyond, if you go beyond, the survival may be decreased. But next time we are going to beyond 50 days, up to it reach to marketable sites. Then conventional method, right? The survival is, the average body weight is 10.2, and body weight 12.7, and survival rate is around 80, right? 80 to 90, but ours is 100. So these are the some of the photographs. This is the pond site, culture pond. This is the culture point. This is the culture pond. And see that this is culture pond. Near to the culture pond, we all see the Vella Archery. Just opposite to the Vella Archery, we can see the mangroves, as well as the banks of the the bunch of our farming also having some mangrove plants. So area report saying that the mangrove plants which is cultured near discharge point, as well as that bunch actually absorb the pollutants. So we also come across maybe our higher survival is maybe that reasons. All right. See, it is not our material is not polluting, and also we are cultivating. This is artificially produced mangroves, just opposite to our culture ponds, and that may be the reason because the mangroves are plenty, so the survival may be high. Then stocking by students, we asked the students to stock the seeds by we introducing we give introduction, we give instructions. By following that instruction they are stocking. That stocking was done in uh, evening hours, and coming to the we are this is the counting of seeds in the water hatchery. Our students are went along with the technician, our research scholars, to receive the seeds from the water hatchery, and the stocking is there, and this is student applying fermentation products, and feeding is right by hand feeding. One of our research scholars, Devan, and he's a pillar of this culture. And after 50 days, we have harvested. Right. Coming to the conclusion, so in shorter period, only 50 days, it reached to um, growth. That is, it reached to 10 to 15 gram. It is good. This is because the fermentation products, because the bottom is clear, and also we are not used chemicals. Right, the budgets also less, and 100% survival we achieve. This is the achievement is due to application of organic fermentation and water quality. We have to maintain water quality and feed management. Right, feed management, we feed it. We fed 3 times. That is 7, 12, and 5 ppm. 5 pm. Chemicals are not used, so that this organic farming only low investment. It is ideal for the poor farmers to start the farming activities. And right, see, we have trained many students. See, we took our students from CAS in marine biology, myself, and because my technician, my research scholars, and myself is belonging to research center, right, CAS in marine biology, and we took students. They got trained. Because we train the students as well as the farmers. So that is the benefit of this organic farming. We just spread this news to farmers as well as the students. Students they took training directly to the pond itself. Right. So organic farming is to see the survival rate and length, and even in the 50 days of culture. Right. It reaches to a reasonable weight and length, and the investment is very poor, and so that we advising the even poor farmers can start this farming activities, and we are requesting the government just I introduce this to we are ready to give the technology. The technology should be transferred to the farmers, right? Then only we will produce disease free disease free animals that will be preferred by foreign countries. Even though it is costly, they are ready to give. And the product which is produced from organically will not cause any health disease, health hazards. So that this is the superior quality. So organic farm is superior, and it is not causing any diseases, and we are not using any chemicals. And it is a trial we have used only 50 days. We have standardized almost all the technology, and next culture, summer culture, will be 120 days. Right. So we will work at all the economics. So because we have cultured this only for 50 days to standardize the water quality parameters, feed, and other things. We have stopped the experiment in 50 days. That is why we are not calculated the economics. Once the culture is 120 days, definitely we will calculate the economics, whether it is a profitable business or not. So anyway, we standardize everything, and this is we are not used any chemicals, and we train the students as well as farmers. Thank you very much.